website. These guys, they all speak different languages. And he strikes them all with different languages. Well, if this were a true story, if this was not just a fairy tale of no renown, not unlike the Grimms I found, then we would actually be able to see through the anthropology of human beings that there was suddenly in, like, I don't know, maybe 4000 BCE or something around there, all sorts of languages spring out of nowhere.
Evidence of... I'm sorry?
Did you not apprehend my diatribe?
He's having a bit of a difficult time keeping up with the intellect. Paradisi,
No. I understand.
The story claims that language of all kinds spring out. French, Spanish, Portuguese,
Latin.
Yes, the Romance languages.
Yes.
It's
all the beautiful,
one.
flowy languages. Italian.
Canadian,
Italiano,
Australian, all of the languages splurt out at one time in the past. And if that were true, that did happen, we would see archaeological evidence. We would uncover that scientifically to be true, and we don't do such a thing.
No, what we see is a evolution of languages as we do of species, and these evolutions is what slowly happens, and we can see this through the archaeology. Nay, we do not see just a splurt of linguistics diversity suddenly on the timeline.
Whose archaeology am I supposed to listen to? I mean, that's presupposing that they have the right archaeology.
There's no archaeology for that. They don't show it. You can find
who
archaeology.
Am I supposed to listen to, though?
The archaeologists.
There's a million archaeologists. I mean, is this guy right?
Well, find an archaeologist that shows that. Not one archaeologist has ever found evidence.
How can I justify his epistemology then? Because I mean, you need truth and knowledge, right? But how am I supposed to know if his truth and knowledge is justified?
Oh, interesting. So you're telling me that just the average person doesn't have access to truth and knowledge for some reason?
I mean, okay, take you for example. Why should I listen to you? How's your epistemology justified?
Do I have to justify my epistemology in order for me to know knowledge?
I mean, where do you think knowledge comes from? Do you think it's created?
It doesn't matter what I think. What I'm asking you is, can I not theoretically come to an understanding of what is true or a true thing, even if I don't know it to be true, for 100% sure? So in the same way, an archaeologist could be unraveling things, going and digging in the dirt, coming up with evidentiaries of what has happened. And lo and behold, they know there's no evidence for languages splurting out of nowhere. Yet they don't have a strict outline for where they get their epistemology. Are you saying that they can't know things if they don't know how they know things? That seems ridiculous and a non sequitur.
I mean, that's like our whole. I mean, that's one of our arguments is.
That's cute, but it doesn't change the fact that they know something just because they don't know how they know it.
Also, quite daring to assume that none of the archaeologists are Christians. If they are believers in the Christ and the Lord and the Bible, but they also will say, no, it's not the case, that language splurted out in the past all at one time.
That's a non sequitur. I mean, that's
Paradisi, this cap is from Oxford, just so you know. I don't want to intimidate you, but just so you know, this is Oxford University.
I mean, I'm just trying to have a conversation.
I just want you to be aware if you didn't notice.
I mean, I think that's a non sequitur. I mean, we're talking about knowledge here.
You're only saying non sequitur because I said non sequitur first.
When did you say that?
I said it when you said that people that aren't Christians or something can't know that they found information just because they don't know that why they know it.
And you said it well,
What?
my friend.
I mean, let me wrap my head around this. So, I mean, anyone
take your time. I know it's heady stuff, but we are very highly intelligent. I'll
I
read
think
my
the
book
challenge
while we
here,
wait.
Paradisi, you need to find a scholar or archaeologist of any kind, any belief system, religion that says language all erupted at one time 6,000 years ago or however long ago you believe it to be. It can
Never
be a Christian
mind.
scholar, any kind.
you're appealing to authority, though. Why should I listen to these?
We are
Why should
appealing
I
to
listen to
you
these scholars and archaeologists?
because they're Christians.
What we're asking you, Paradisi, is do you have evidence of languages, and I would say archaeological, which is the only way we would know, springing up around the time that the Bible claims the Tower of Babel happened? Do you have a shitload of different languages springing up around that time archaeologically? Because we do have languages being invented and coming to evolve out of Egypt and Mesopotamia around 3000 BCE. If you can't show anything else, then you're hoodwinked.
I mean, how do you know that, though? How do you know that these things sprang up? You're appealing to
This is a good point. Yes,
and
good
historians.
point. So I think what Paradisi is claiming here is that no one can know anything at all, which means he cannot know that God is real and therefore should probably leave Christianity.
Mess, if you can't know things, Paradisi, then run for the hills from the cult that you're in. I love that. That's a very good point, Mezzo.
My argument is that we can't know anything without God.
That's what Mezzo said. You can't know anything. So why can't you know anything without God? I don't
Because it's all arbitrary. It's all relative. You're appealing to a higher authority, but they're no better than you. I mean, we're all studying the same thing. I mean, we can't justify anything. It's all just arbitrary.
Well, I would say that there are people who have studied certain fields. Like,
why should I listen to
I don't know if you've noticed that why you should listen to people who are professionals.
It's appeal to authority.
In
That's
their
a fallacy.
field. One moment. I have to pause. Hold on.
So, an appeal to authority isn't quite the case when we're just asking experts their opinion. If there was one authority and they were the only person we were talking about, then it could be. That's what we're
archaeologists. Why should I listen to them? You still haven't answered.
You don't have to. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to any one of them. That's fine, but that's totally fine. But what we're saying is that every single one of them has said this. So we would obviously
so that's another fallacy. You're appealing to the populace.
We would say that not the populace. This is the complete category of experts.
You're allowed to Paradisi. You're allowed to appeal to experts. I mean, if you're going to appeal. Well, let me ask you this question: how do you know? How do you know that your cult? How do you know that your cult is the one true cult?
I would even say, how do you know that's a fallacy? How do you know that's a fallacy? Who taught you that word?
Interesting. I mean, you don't know what you don't know logical fallacies. I mean,
no, I learned those from experts who taught me, but now I don't think I can trust them.
Right.
You just told me not to trust them, so I don't know what a fallacy is now.
I mean, the way that we come to knowledge and logic is through God. I mean, that's our.
Why should we trust you? You're just saying that we can't trust you now. We can't trust anybody.
Don't trust me. Trust the word. I mean, the word came down in the flesh. I mean, if you read the Bible, I mean, the Logos, he comes down in the flesh.
We're talking about the word. We want to find out if we can trust it. And one way we're going to look into it is see if it's predictive. So if I learn that the word is telling me, oh, all of a sudden a bunch of languages sprung out of nowhere, let's go look at archaeology and see if we can see evidence of that. If we can't, maybe the word isn't true. Well, this is the question is, how do we verify that the book is true, that this is accurate? Why are we presupposing it? I don't know if you've ever heard this word, presupposing. It's supposing it, but ahead of time before we've verified it to be accurate.
Who's verifying it?
You and I could do it. It's humanity. Yeah.
You and I. I mean, so But I haven't heard you justify your epistemology yet. I mean, you're saying let's
how
appeal
how else are we going to do it?
through God. That's literally the only way.
If the book said,
we are yet to know whether or not God is involved, my friend.
if the book said
do you believe
1
in
plus
logic?
1,
Do you believe in metaphysics?
Hold on. If the book said 1 plus 1 equals 3, would you believe it, or would you say maybe the book has an error?
I mean, that's a non sequitur. I mean,
It's exactly what
Stop
we're
saying
talking
non sequitur
about.
because that was my word and you're stealing it from me.
And
you
it's
can't steal my
exactly
words.
what we're talking about, is if we can trust the book even when there are things that seem factually untrue.
I mean, trust the book. I mean, you'd have
If the book said 1 plus 1 equals 3, would you trust it to be true?
I mean, is the Bible saying that? Is the Bible saying one?
No, it's not.
He
no,
can't
it's not.
answer. This is what we call obfuscation. It's somebody who's so caught in his lie that he can't answer.
I mean, you're assuming that
Interesting.
you know what truth is. You're
Paradisi,
assuming
why
know
do you have to
what
lie
logic
in order
is.
for your cult to be found to be true? Isn't that a little bit disappointing for your own self?
I mean, you still haven't answered my question. How can you justify your claims? You're saying, let's go to archaeology. Let's go to these scholars.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
should I listen to
Because
them?
it works. Parisi.
It works. That's a fallacy. That's
What's the
another
fallacy?
fallacy.
What's the
Your
fallacy?
logic- is your logic just
What's the
fallacy?
fallacy?
Things work as fallacy.
What's the
Things
fallacy?
work fallacy. That's
It's things that
Explain it to
goes
me.
against
Explain it to
logic.
me in the
That's what a
biggest
fallacy
words
is.
you know. What's that?
It goes against logic. That's what a fallacy is.
No.
Things that go against logic are illogical. Fallacies are things that we say, well, just because of this particular argument doesn't mean we can be certain something is true. However, there is the fallacy, meaning that just because something is a fallacy doesn't mean that it is untrue. So fallacies are just means it's a weak argument. So what is the weak argument fallacy that you declared for when something works?
Please. I can't wait to hear this. I'm on the edge of my seat.
I mean, you're saying that. I mean, you're talking about Genesis.
Name of the fallacy, please, sir.
He can't name it. He can't name it, and my posterior is getting creased from the edge of my chair. Paradisi, please stop making up fallacies and making yourself look silly.
I mean, I'm just trying to have a conversation. I mean, you still haven't answered
Are
my
you? Because you're not
question.
being honest. You keep on pushing your agenda, and I already
What
told
agenda?
you.
I'm asking, why should we appeal to these archaeologists? Why?
Because they are experts in their field, and you can appeal to experts. That's not a fallacy. That's not a fallacy.
You're appealing to an authority. I mean, what?
Expert.
I don't
Appeal
understand.
to experts. Find that.
You can
Appeal to
find somebody.
experts.
You can find people who their whole life and their whole field of study is digging in dirt, and these people are the professionals in the dirt digging. And you can go and say to them, "Did you find anything?" And if they say, "No, not yet," that is evidence that there is nothing there. You see?
The appeal to authority normally applies to you're appealing to whoever is in charge of something said
Yes,
it.
that would be
Right,
your
so
scholars or archaeologists,
The,
right?
the archaeologists are not in charge of archaeological findings. They just go and look them up and do research on them. If you appeal to like the government said so, that's an appeal to authority. If you appeal to like my God said so, that's an appeal to authority.
I would say that like, if you appeal to a bunch of people who say, God told us that this is what the book is going to be, so we canonized exactly how God said we should do it. We're definitely His guys. We're an apostolic tradition. That's an appeal to authority. But when somebody actually studies something scientific and knows how to do it and it works, well, I'm sorry, sir, that's an appeal to an expert, and I think we can do that, and I think we should do that.
I mean, why should we? I mean, there's experts. I mean, okay, so if a majority...
Because how else will we do anything else? Have you ever been on a aeroplane, Paradisi?
All right, I'm going to finish what I was saying. If there is a majority of people...
Of course you are. Of course you are. When you win, they keep talking. They'll gish gallop and they'll race over your dead corpse, but not dead corpse, but living corpse, in order to obfuscate and not answer the question. Paradisi, have you ever been on an aeroplane? Answer forthwith.
You haven't answered my question, so why should I answer yours?
Yes.
You're 3 questions behind us, Paradisi. We've already answered yours and explained why the appeal to authority.
I've already knocked over the king. Checkmate.
Why should I listen to your archaeologist? And you said,
in my mind, I've already knocked over your king. Checkmate.
You said, because
Paradisi, it's so easy.
So
all you have to do is disprove them. If they're wrong, just disprove them.
And if you're not a coward, answer this very simple question. Have you ever been on an aeroplane?
That's another non sequitur. I mean,
he knows where it's going. He knows where it's going, so he shan't been able to.
My question.
Well, then I will answer. Then I will make my point through my best friend of all friends I've ever had, Mezzo. Mezzo, have you ever been on an aeroplane?
Of course I have.
You've appealed to authority. The authority of the mechanics who made the plane, the authority of the pilot who flies it. You've even appealed to the authority of those who serve you your cola. Yes, you are appealing to authority every time you put your hand in the hand of the man or woman who's flying the airplane. That's right, Paradisi. You appeal to experts all. When I said authority, I meant experts. You appeal to experts all the time. I rest my case.
Absolutely. Unless, Paradisi, you ground your epistemology in some other way.
I mean, that's kind of, you don't already know what I ground my
Did God mention airplanes in the Bible?
Maybe it's in the archaeological evidence you don't trust. It's droll, but I think you get the point.
You still haven't justified anything, but I mean, I'm just trying to.
What do I need to justify? What on earth do I need to justify?
I'm trying to have a discussion here, and we're
just cutting each other off. If it works, Paradisi. So let me ask you this: do you think all of the pilots and all of the mechanics that build the aeroplanes are Christians?
I mean, what does that have to do with anything that I'm
playing? Do you think they all have the same epistemology as you?
Of course not. No, I mean,
of course not. But yet they are still able to function and make something work and get us off the ground and over to Oxford University or some such. So, what does it matter how I ground my epistemology? It's the same epistemology as the pilot uses and the mechanic uses and the person that made airplane fuel uses. It's just things that work, Paradisi. Stop being so silly and obfuscating when you have nothing to offer the conversation.
You still haven't answered my question. Why should I listen to your worldview? I'm trying to have a discussion here. You're just cutting me off. Why should I listen to your
You're not really having a conversation if you keep on not answering what I ask you, because I've answered your question in like 3 different ways.
No,
you never answered mine from 7 hours ago about if the book said 1 + 1 = 3, would you think it was true?
I mean, if I could finish what I was talking about at the beginning, we were talking about in Genesis, right? You're talking about the different tongues, or however that goes in Genesis. And
the different tongues, yes, the different languages we call them. I know you guys speak in tongues. We use languages.
I mean, not in the Orthodox Church, but anyways.
Whatever.
So you're saying that there's no archaeological proof for this. And I'm asking, why should I listen to the archaeologists?
I've answered that. And if you don't understand it, then you may drop. Good day, sir.
Because they looked.
Because they looked, so now I should listen to them.
Yes.
or go look yourself.
Yeah, you can go look. If you want, you can like go do some archaeology and come back when you find that time in history where all the languages sprung out of nowhere, as God says it happened.
I mean, I hope the chat is listening to this. He's saying that I should listen to the archaeologists because I should.
Yeah, so Paradisi, because they're experts.
Sorry, my sound died for a second there. Go look for all of.
Sound is dying out. Paradisi, what time in history did this happen?
Are you talking about in the time of Genesis?
I don't know why this is...
Yeah, the Tower of Babel. When did it happen?
I mean, you're asking for a number. I mean, it's obviously before Christ. I mean, it's like what, like 2,000 years before Christ?
Testing.
You're back there, Joel, now.
I don't know why this thing keeps on... maybe I'm being too smart. So, but I also don't know why it's so loud. It came back really loud.
It got louder, that is odd.
Yeah, like that's...
Paradisi, while he looks at that. So if we find, as we dig around, that there's writings in different languages that are older than 2000 BC, does that not debunk the story?
I mean, but how do you know that it's... I mean, that you're assuming that the archaeologists, that their epistemology is correct. That's my argument.
I'm not. So just hypothetically, if we did and we found that and it was correct, wouldn't it debunk the story?
I mean, how would you be able to find that, though? I mean, yes.
Oh, God, you are unable to answer any question.
This is not good faith. So let me ask you this question. Are you good faith or are you a dirty, rotten liar? Just a quick question.
Ooh.
Just curious.
I mean, I'm just trying to have a discussion with you guys. I mean,
yeah, you're being disingenuous. You're being disingenuous because when we ask you a very simple question like, wouldn't it follow that if there's literally, let me say this, if we found all the archaeological evidence ever possible and there wasn't one lick of any sort of idea that there was ever more than one language that sprung out of nowhere, would you say, oh, well, maybe that story isn't true?
So do you purely, hold on. So are you purely like a materialist or like...
So no answer. You know what? I don't care for conversations with people who are incredibly disingenuous. It's annoying.
He can't answer my question. He can't answer my question, Chad. I hope you hear that.
Everybody can hear. Nobody's as stupid as you that they think. Paradisi, let me just say this. Nobody is as stupid as you that's going to be fooled by such...
we should listen to archaeologists because we should listen to
insipid, that's a good word, insipid rhetoric.
We should listen to archaeologists because they're the experts, chat. We should listen to them because they're experts.
Great advice.
Yeah, everybody would agree with that. Why wouldn't anybody agree with that? That's so silly.
Should we listen to people who aren't experts?
Like, why?
How do you know if they're experts or not?
You can look at their credentials and does it work? Does it work? How many times?
Do you think it would be better to listen to someone who studied archaeology for 12 years, did the research, and put out a peer-reviewed scientific paper? Or do you think it'd be better to listen to some idiot who doesn't know anything about the Bible? That's you. Talking about you. You're the idiot.
That's you. You're the idiot.
I'm the idiot, or are we going to ad hominem?
Get the fuck out of here.
Of course we are. Okay, just drop. If you don't want to have a conversation, just drop. We're done with you.
Have some dignity, Paradisi.
Yeah, you can go.
Step down.
Yeah, I'll talk to someone else. It's fine.
I'm trying to have a discussion with you guys.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You're saying we should listen to the archaeologists. We should trust their epistemology.
We should trust experts the way we trust experts to get us in the air when we're flying.
Have some dignity, Paradisi.
Yeah.
Step down.
Bye-bye.
You haven't justified anything yet.
Alvida Sane.
You haven't justified anything.
Arrivederci. A good day.
All right.
So for some Luddites, it's a bit difficult to figure it out. There's going to be a button that you push that says exit live.
It's so
double
obvious.
Click that. Yes.
It's so obvious, Mezzo, that even if somebody doesn't have an understanding of epistemology, that they can still know things. I mean, if it's still working to have a pilot bring an airplane to the sky, but when he comes down in Paris and he's going, oh, I'm going to go frequent the Moulin Rouge, and you say to him, oh, but by the way, how'd you ground your epistemology? He goes, what the fuck are you talking about?
Imagine on the plane.
It's like, oh, you can't fly
but we're not talking about the plane, though. We're talking about the Bible.
He's an expert moron.
Imagine up on the plane, Paradisi gets sick. He gets air sickness and faints. and someone goes, "Is there a doctor on the plane?" And Paradisi wakes up saying, "No doctors, please. They're experts. I don't listen to experts."
Yes, we don't need an expert. How does this doctor ground his epistemology?
I mean, we're talking about theology, though. You're trying to disprove the Bible.
Theology's fake.
I'm not saying that there's no such thing as experts.
Look,
I'm
if
saying
you want,
that
I can
when it
read
comes
the
to-
Grimm's fairy tale book I have, but we're not doing well, we are doing fairy tales a little bit. But the thing is that what we're saying, is the book true? And the way we can find out is if we find evidence of the book being true. And since we can't find evidence of the book being true, we can say, haha, 'tis false.
I mean,
If you don't follow that argument, and so you can't engage with it, that's not my problem. That's why you're in the cult, because you're not smart enough to actually think these things through. And I pity you. I pity you.
I mean, this is just basic philosophy and theology. I don't think you've ever read anything into it. If you're
I know all of the physical.
How can you believe in science?
Have you listened to the words that I've said?
You're purely a materialist. How can you believe in science? How can you believe in archaeological data if you're not able to physically see it in front of you?
Interesting. Did I claim materialism? And even if I
talking
was a
about the
materialist,
archaeological data.
I am talking to the materialist as another material, which would be the archaeologist. Why can't I do that?
Okay, but you're appealing to the archaeology.
I'm going to get the material of the book. I'm going to go to a museum and I'm going to look at the material of the things that they uncovered. I'm going to go down to Mesopotamia, wherever that is, and go see the site that they're uncovering things. They probably like have tents or something. I'm going to go different places and I'm going to experience these things firsthand. And then in those moments, I will say, the material tells me that languages evolve over time and don't just spring out of nowhere like the Christians seem to think. They're wrong. The book is wrong. The God is false. I rest my case again.
Well done.